Another Kennedy has thrown his hat into the national political arena.
So in 1962, Ted Kennedy runs for office for the first time. He's never run for anything in his life. He is perhaps the least prepared candidate that you can think of to run for Senate. He's sort of awkward.
This afternoon, I've talked with many of your neighbors, Mrs. Clancy, and one of the great concerns that they have all voiced is the increased cost of medical care. Do you share this opinion?
Indeed I do.
So here the president's kid brother is coming into the Senate.
It's down to business for the new Congress.
And if you think about it at the time, the Senate was even more so than it is today an old boys club, an old man's club. And so they were ready to teach him a lesson about how things work. But they were shocked that he didn't come in as the upstart. He didn't come in as the grandstander. He didn't come in as the president's kid brother. He came in as a junior senator, both in name and in spirit. A man ready to learn, a kid ready to learn from his elders. And he did learn.
You see, the whole family is here. Here is Ted, our youngest son.
When you think about it, he was prepared for this institution that runs on seniority and tradition by growing up the ninth of his family, to understand his place and to sort of move yourself along without offending the people ahead of you. This person who came into the Senate undistinguished, ill-equipped, untested, 6 years later, he came very close to becoming the nominee for the Democratic Party and perhaps the President of the United States. That gets lost at how close he came in 68. What happened during that time were the wars of the 60s. Two of his brothers assassinated, Martin Luther King assassinated, turmoil, Vietnam, a descent that people didn't know where it was going to end. People say that in war, boys are turned into men and followers are turned into leaders. I think you can see that in Ted Kennedy during the 60s. That was the accelerant for Ted Kennedy's maturation from follower to leader.